Oh my god, my opponent's also cheap. This thing is broken. How did this get into the game? It's just impossible to defeat my character. This doesn't work. Ah! If you've ever sounded like that, well, this video might be for you. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Guilty Gear. Today we're going to be talking about PMA. PMA, if you're unfamiliar with it, stands for Positive Mental Attitude. It's basically trying to have a positive attitude about things happening. You can see above me, this is Jeff Kaplan. He was game director for Overwatch, and he used to do these little pieces to camera every so often where he'd come in and talk about an issue. One of the ones he did was called Play Nice, Play Fair, where he tried to address the problem with toxicity in the Overwatch community, a major issue because everyone was just turning into an asshole while playing that game. And the memes that kind of sprung from it were numerous because a game director doesn't go onto the internet and say, hey guys, stop being mean, without people memeing all over it. The most ubiquitous meme by far was Positive Mental Attitude. Jeff Kaplan himself didn't actually say it, but it sort of sprang out. I think it was actually Taimu who might have first said it. I can't actually remember who was the first one who started using the term, but it basically sprung out and made itself known throughout the entire Overwatch community as try and have a positive mental attitude, guys. But the phrase PMA is kind of stuck, trying to have a positive mental attitude. It's usually used ironically and stuff like that, but it's actually very productive. And I kind of want to demonstrate why and how, and also just like some philosophy, I guess, in going forward in like how I try and play, and especially on the videos that I upload to YouTube, and the gameplay videos I upload to YouTube, the constructive philosophy that will help you enjoy fighting games more, learn faster, and just have a better time overall. It is literally the best thing you can do to have proper enjoyment of fighting games. So what I'm going to do is use the replay viewer. I have got some replays lined up. I played some sets against an Eno in Heaven, had a great time. I will preface this and say, like, if this Eno player somehow watches this video, I had a great time in the sets. Take nothing I say seriously, because I'm going to be toxic. And what I'm going to do is, as we go through this, I am going to, just to make sure that it's all set up properly, I'm going to watch this first set and basically go through it in a toxic way. That's kind of how I describe it, in a mentality and a mindset that will not be productive, and you'll see a lot of people develop this kind of mindset. Then we'll go through another match with a more productive mindset, and what I want you to do is not reflect on my acting skills, I suppose, but just try and see if you see yourself reflected in any of these behaviors, because I certainly do, and I'm not perfect at this. No one's perfect at this. But it's important to catch yourself, and it's important to watch for this kind of stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's watch some fun games. Of course, she just spams at start and just knocks me out. Jump out, of course, just trying to jump out of everything these days. That's all these players do. A little bit of low melee damage into a mix-up. Yeah, just burst out of that. Of course, we're just going to spam burst. Oh my god, ridiculous. Yep, reversal, stroke the big tree. Just every Eno player on the planet abusing that stupid broken ability. That's it, get knocked down. Take the damage. Love to see it. Everything's going my way. It's beautiful to see. Alright, what stupid spammy thing you're going to do? Oh, of course, yeah, spam reversal throw. That's just, it's so ridiculous. When that gets nerfed, it's just going to be, you're going to lose every single game. Oh, yeah, no, command throw super. It's just so broken. Like, why give a character like this that ability to just, like, destroy you? And yeah, naturally, that finishes me off. Of course, that kills me. I'm playing Milia. She has no hit points. Just dead straight away. So, yeah, I can't block it. Of course, I can't block it anymore. And you've got to block against Eno because, well, you're always just blocking against Eno, aren't you? Yep, just almost getting perfected straight away. That nonsense high-low mix-up that she has immediately out the gate. Yep, just block my mix-up. Of course, my mix is never, gonna work. If she's just paying half attention and has half a brain, no way I'm gonna get in. Lol, didn't even have a mix that time, but she still fell for it. Took a load of damage. There we go, back to neutral. Ah, of course that doesn't link. Just broken character, I swear to god. They need to make Milia stuff more reliable. That's it, take my turn back. Yeah, spend 100 meter just to take your turn back fully. What an idiot. Just so stupid. I can't believe it. Yeah, just spamming sort of, dash in heavy. I think that's a heavy. I don't know. Yeah, naturally that doesn't link, so I just get blown up for it. And there we go, with the load. Couldn't stop that. There's no way that I can manage to beat that. Just broken. It's just nonsense high-low mix-ups all the time. It's just a 50-50, the character, right? Nothing constructive in any of that. The point of that is that it's all you're doing with that mentality is you belittle your opponent. You discredit what they're doing. You make sure that they're not... You don't give them any victories. You don't give them anything. They're guessing right. That's the usual thing. They're just guessing right. They're just doing the right thing. Their characters' broken abilities or better abilities than yours are giving you the advantage. And sure, like, this isn't me saying that Sol's 5k isn't nonsense and isn't stupid good. This isn't me saying that Ramlathal's Fast Slash isn't really powerful. But you have to learn to give your opponent credit sometimes, because if you never do, everything will feel like bullshit. Everything will feel nonsense. Nothing will feel satisfying. So what I'm going to do on this set is I'm going to try and be positive. I'm going to try and affirm what my opponent's doing and also affirm what I'm doing as well. And not focus on the negative so much, try and look for the positive. Both went for the throw. She just won out on that, went for it a little bit earlier. Smart choice, because we've been jumping at each other quite a lot, so it makes sense. Forced me to use my burst there, just gets me out of the corner. Challenges on the mix. Good choice. Trying to just pressure me out, get me back into the corner with Eno, always dangerous. Goes for multiple overhead. I actually haven't been doing a good job on blocking that, so, you know, managed to 6p that because there are gaps in it. Get to the corner, get the wall break, knock down. Free tension, always good to get. Arousal super, desperate times. I don't really get a good punish off that. I just want to get it out of it because I don't want to take the massive block. That's on me. I need to find a better punish for that. Good challenge there. I've been doing like a lot of stagger pressure and then trying to run in on the back of it. Just because she's been blocking really well, so I've had to use a lot of throws, and hey, it pays off at the end. Okay, next part. Goes to the round start 6H, I just go for a faster button. We've been going sort of back and forth on the round start stuff, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. Okay, back to neutral. I managed to get in, get her on the mix. Don't quite reach on that one. Again, went for a... I know that that low doesn't hit from that range, so I just should stop using it. Manages to jump back in the corner. Gets the throw, good setup. Sets her up with the bullet Oki, with the note Oki. YRC to get out of it. Trying to take a turn back using that, manages to do so, but I managed to get out of the corner. That's the big thing I was looking to do there, is just get out of that corner pressure, because she is dangerous when she has it. Goes for the air throw. Like, we've been jumping around a lot. I've been mostly just challenging in the air with Fast Slash, and I tend to be winning out, so it makes sense that she's trying to grab me out of that, but it is risky to try and grab that Fast Slash. Try and get the finish here, but she bursts out of it. Honestly, I don't think I could kill there, but I don't think she knew that, so kind of a win for me. Managed to get the snipe out of the air. Trying to pressure out, knockdown into no Oki, burst out of it to just try and escape. Reversal super, I mix myself by jumping through it, and now I'm back in the corner, and great little mix there. Just jump forward once, jump forward twice, and gets me with the second mix-up. Like, I'm scouting for that overhead, so when I see, like, the dash in and land, yeah, I'm going to try and block low. She will got me with an overhead. Really clever. Okay, going back on the corner pressure, get the knockdown. What's the mix? She managed to block it. I just go high-low. And she's back out using Stroke the Big Tree, pushing back out. Note Oki, I need to try and get out of this. I'm trying to faultless defense her just to try and push her out, but she's doing a really good job varying up her options, so I'm never really getting these blocks. So what I'm also trying to do is use the note to then YRC her as she gets close, and then bump her back out. Manage to get her on a side combo, try and do some tricky stuff with Mirage, but she just sees right through it with a fast button. Great choice from her. Managed to get the mix, go for Bad Moon, get blasted out of it. Great choice there, actually. She hasn't been using Chemical Romance much, so using it now is actually really clever, because I am not expecting her to use it. Don't get the pick up on that, which would have been a kill. Bursts out, has 100 meter, which is dangerous for Eno. Takes a turn, just goes for an overhead straight away. Tries to snipe me out with a Chemical Romance again. Spends the meter, and yeah, just gets me with a Chemical Romance at the end. Great choice to control that mid-screen. What I want you to realize between the contrast between those two matches is, like, by giving her credit, when I feel more observant of the options she's taking as well. She's not just mashing, she's not just cheaping me out of options, she's not just pressing things for the sake of pressing things, she's making deliberate choices to try and mix me up. And listen, as I let one more of these matches play out, it was a really fun set. I'm not telling you to be a saint. I'm not expecting you to be a saint. But when you do start giving credit to your opponent, you'll be more observant. When you start putting actions down to deliberate choices made by your opponent, not just mindless spam of the overpowered broken buttons or whatever, it becomes just way easier to see what they're doing. And even, you know, the Sol players who are just mashing 5k out of everything because it's a 3-frame button that converts into massive amounts of damage. I'm not salty, you're salty. It's important to understand that that mashing is a deliberate choice. Like, that challenging is just rewarding for Sol as a character, and that's kind of just how he works at the moment, so you have to account for it, you have to make sure that you're respecting their ability to do that. It can be hard. it can be really hard to give your opponents credit. It can be really hard to see what they're doing, and when they're beating you, go, man, that's a really clever thing that you're doing. When someone else might say, oh, they're just spamming, they're just getting lucky with random nonsense. They might be getting lucky with random nonsense, but when you give the opponent the benefit of the doubt, when you have that PMA running through your veins, the game makes more sense, it's more fun. You'll find yourself just getting less angry, and you'll find yourself just having more fun. I talked about this in a previous video, but anger is a drug, and it's 100% addictive. You will find yourself just conditioning yourself to get angry at anything, any loss. You'll find any excuse, you'll find any way to justify the loss somehow. So it really is extremely important to learn how to just let that anger go, to learn how to have fun with the game, to learn how to give your opponents credit for their choices and their decisions, and to learn how to, just respect your enemy, I guess. They can't hear you, they can't see you, but trust me, there's no benefit to getting angry. There's no benefit to getting salty. And it's not going to help you in the long term, 100%. So, the next time you find yourself getting annoyed, or you think that your opponent's just mashing buttons and just doing random stuff to beat you, maybe they are. But just try giving them the benefit of the doubt. See how it goes for you. See how it shifts your mentality, and see how maybe you can have a little bit more fun playing the game. If you did see yourself in this video in any way, or if you do find yourself getting annoyed at stuff, let me know the kind of things you get annoyed at in the comments, I guess. What kind of sets you off? What annoys you and frustrates you? I'll post mine down below as well. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. I've been Josh, one voice amongst many. Toodaloo. Bye. What we're going to do on this match is I'm going to drink some coffee because my voice is breaking. So what I'm going to do on this set... So what I'm going to do on this set